Praise, all the glory, all the honor unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah, Kudash. Double honors goes out to the elder apostles of Great Millstone for teaching me the truth. Also, want to acknowledge Salackya, who are pushing the truth with sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth, and Shalom to the elect of the nation of Israel. And this is Shabai from the GMS Denver camp. And I'm going to go in on the, Second Peter, the second chapter. I'm going to go through this whole chapter. Salackya, excuse me. And, so without further ado, it says, "But there were false prophets also among the people, even as there shall be false prophets among you, who privately shall bring in damnable heresies, even denying Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai that brought them, and bring upon themselves swift destruction." All right, so when you read this, you got to remember and understand that there's always going to be false teachers out there, false prophets. Okay, and these false prophets, they're not going to be glorifying Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai. They'll be glorifying themselves, other gods, other idols, not the true Father and the Son, Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai, and it's going to bring them unto swift destruction, as we read here. All right, verse 2, it says, "And many shall follow their pernicious ways, by reason of whom the way of truth shall be evil spoken of." Right, you bring these false prophets. They don't like to hear the truth. The elect or the true prophets, when we rebuke them, they it gets them upset. They don't want to be told that they're teaching lies. You got Israelites fucking still talking about the Egyptian Book of the Dead, and you got Israelites talking about the Bible is a slave book, that it's the white man's book, all this different shit that these people come up with. And at the end of the day, it's the Most High who has them under this strong delusion. You see, let me look up that word pernicious. Let me read the verse. "And many shall follow their pernicious ways, by reason of whom the way of truth shall be evil spoken of." It says this is pernicious, having a harmful effect, especially in a gradual or subtle way. Yeah. And that's what Esau, he's the chief violator in that. But you have the Israelite, the false prophet Israelites, who are, there's false prophets among the Israelites. Okay? And they do the same thing. They're subtle, like Esau. That's his characteristic, the serpent. He's a subtle, crafty serpent, metaphorically speaking. But that's what he does in a subtle way, gradual. He even has the part of his MO is gradualism, right? Also, everything he does is calculated. The so-called white man, it's been calculated, from him setting up himself as the Most High, to him setting himself up as the Jews. He calls themselves the Jew, right? All these are lies. And you have Israelites who are still believing that the so-called white man is the Jew, which that's not what it is. That's the so-called white man is an Edomite. Verse 3, it says, "And through covetousness shall they with feigned words make merchandise of you, whose judgment now of a long time lingereth not, and that their damnation slumbereth not. For if the Most High spared not the angels that sinned, but cast them down to hell, and delivered them into chains of darkness, to be reserved unto judgment." And this verse 4, if you don't have a spiritual understanding, you're going to get that all wrong on what you think it means. All right, but what the breakdown is the angels that sin are the Israelites. The angels goes into messenger. Okay, It says, but cast them down to hell. And right now, where are we? We're this is our hell. Babylon, America is hell for the Israelites. We're under the curses. All right. So let me read that again. For if the Most High spared not the angels that sinned,